All right, hi everybody, and welcome to what we call week 4 of our St. Mary's EDMA 637 IL or ISLE or Onamia or Aiken or wherever you guys are working from now, which is probably your living room. So congratulations on finishing up your school year, and we only have about 3 weeks left of our journey here as well. So just a couple things to look forward to this week. First of all, we have a weekly technology spotlight from Sarah that will pop in on Wednesday or when Sarah sends it to me. I want to thank Tracy and Riley for their work. Tracy on augmented reality or virtual reality, and Riley on developing a culture in an online learning classroom, essentially, which I think is obviously what we're up against right now and maybe up against for the fall. So a few things just to kind of get you thinking about this year. First of all, we're going to do, I want you to double check your grading sheet. So I call it the Roy G. Biv sheet, which means there are colors of the rainbow for every assignment. And I want to make sure that you have the ability to kind of look at those and say, okay, this is right, this is wrong. I want to make sure that they're correct based on what I've sent back to you. I should have those up to date with assessments 3 and 4, no later than Wednesday. It might be sooner than that, but I'll say no later than Wednesday. At this time, there is no review and comment for assessment 3 or assessment 4, so no extra work to do on those. I want to remind you again about your Twitter presence. I've seen some really great things that some of you have come across that are kind of important in the idea of sharing ideas. And then thank you also for your work with learning management systems and taking a look at those. I will share your blogs this week as well, so you can see each other's blog work in addition. This week, kind of the two main focuses. The first one is actually an assignment that's going out a couple weeks still, and that's assessment 6, which I've kind of tied in the word hyperdoc with assessment 6 because it kind of fits a really great kind of look. And there's another video built into these slides that explains it a little bit better. But on top of the hyperdoc are these other opportunities. One is for flipped instruction. One is for how do you use video effectively, and in this case specifically YouTube in your classroom. And then how do you set up your YouTube channel to fit exactly what you want it to be. So the videos that you found, can we organize those into a way where you can share those out to kids, creating what we call YouTube playlists. We're going to look at Flipgrid. For those of you that have used Flipgrid in the past, I think all of you know that this can be a really powerful tool. Not everybody likes this platform, especially student-based, especially if you're working with kind of that middle-aged group. They're not real big fans of recording themselves and putting themselves out there, but I think this thing has some really cool traits that are maybe not well known by everybody. Flipgrid has a program called Flipgrid Shorts, which I think is a great way to teach some sort of progression or potentially some relearning after the fact. Short piece this week on screencasting using Zoom or maybe potentially Screencastify or Nimbus, which are Chrome products. Obviously, these recordings that I do are Zoom created, so I've kind of converted myself over to that. There is a piece in this week's slides on podcasting. I will be the first to tell you that I don't use podcasting a lot, but if there is interest that you might have around podcasting, feel free to take a look at that. There is no assignment tied to podcasting, but it might be a neat thing to add to your hyperdoc. That hyperdoc assignment isn't due for a couple of weeks, but this gives you an opportunity to start thinking about what that could be. And please understand, as I'll explain in a different video, hyperdocs are something that every age level can do, and every group can use it in different ways to make your teaching more efficient. The bigger assignment this week that is due is your website. Now, I know we did what I call the skeleton of your website last week. And so this week we're going to, at the end of this week, we'll turn this in as a final product, okay? And I've got a rubric that is built in that you can take a look at, and I'm going to have you add a few components to your website this week. I want to thank you for those of you that sent me your website a week or so ago, and I will put those out so you guys can kind of see what I'll call a work in progress, because some of you are just creating, some of you are realizing that you can add and tweak and make these more friendly to your students, to your parents, and also to you as a tool to make your teaching more efficient. So, so those are kind of the guts of this week's lesson. Again, I want to thank you for the work that you've done. I want to congratulate you on finishing your school year, even though this was a crazy end to our school year. You deserve credit for finishing as you have. And our classrooms have kind of modified into these outdoor spaces, and that's a cool thing. And obviously, our classroom will continue here for a few more weeks. So if you have any questions, reach out. This week, remember that office hours do switch to the morning time, so 7:30 to 9 on Wednesday. And again, if you need help at any other time, just send me an email or a text message, and we can connect, and I can walk you through something if we can make that happen. So that's what I know for now. Again, I appreciate your work to this point. Congratulations on finishing your school year, and I hope you are healthy and safe, and that we get through the last 3 weeks here, and then one more class for you to go, and you're all done. So good work to this point, and have a great week. Take care.